Welcome back, everyone. Today we revisit a terrifying tale from history's shadows, the strange case of the prisoner held captive in the infamous Bastille, who spent his final years bound by an iron mask, shrouded in mystery and utter silence. This mysterious individual was imprisoned in the notorious French fortresses, including the Bastille, where his existence itself became a forbidden secret that the ruling authorities desperately sought to erase. But what had he done to deserve such cruel punishment? And just who was this enigma concealed behind the iron mask? Throughout the years, numerous theories have attempted to explain his actions and unveil his identity. But here's the twist. The man in question was never officially charged with a crime or given a trial, leaving us to grapple with the perplexing question of his confinement and the gravity of his alleged offenses. Could this grim tale possibly hold clues to a royal conspiracy, or maybe even shed light on one of the many scandals that plagued the Sun King's court? As the story goes, the prisoner was first taken to the fortress of Pincherol, near the city of Grenoble, nestled deep within southeastern France. On arrival, the local jailer, Benign de Verny de Saint-Mars, a man bound by solemn duty to safeguard the king's secrets, became responsible for the enigmatic prisoner. Little did he know that this assignment would be anything but ordinary. As part of his official duties, the jailer was tasked with overseeing the construction of an iron mask, a tool designed specifically to keep the prisoner's face hidden, ensuring that none who laid eyes upon it could identify him. The year is 1669 and the stage is set. France stands under the reign of King Louis XIV, a ruler synonymous with both opulence and ruthless control. The narrative unfolds with a cryptic command directly from the king. A prisoner is to be apprehended immediately and transported to the fortress of Pignerol, without any fanfare or documentation. Not only was the subject never identified, but his very existence was to be kept under wraps, a testament to the lengths the king was willing to go to conceal his identity. Even the guards guarding him were explicitly ordered not to reveal their prisoner's face. Upon arrival at the fortress, the prisoner was handed over to the keeper, Dauvergne de Saint-Mars. From that moment, he was to exist in utmost secrecy. While there are differing accounts of the mask's exact composition, all agree on its purpose. Whether it was a finely crafted black velvet mask, reinforced with iron, or a more sinister, wholly metal contraption, it served to hide the prisoner's features. The penalty for unveiling the mask's wearer was nothing less than death. Saint-Mars, the keeper, became the sole witness to the prisoner's face, though reports suggest he might have been granted a glimpse of the prisoner's identity before his passing. However, he too was sworn to secrecy and took the secret to his grave. Now let's turn our attention to the Bastille, one of history's most notorious prisons, which played a pivotal role in this grim tale. Originally constructed as a fortress in the early 14th century, it evolved into a prison during the French Revolution, becoming synonymous with oppression and injustice. The prisoner's transfer to the Bastille marked a significant point in his story, adding another layer of mystery to his already enigmatic existence. Adding to the intrigue is the fact that the prisoner was never formally charged with a crime. No record exists of his trial or the nature of his supposed offense. Over the years, speculation has run rampant. Some believe he was a nobleman who stumbled upon a royal secret he wasn't supposed to see. Others theorize that he was a military officer who dared to question his superiors. The ambiguity only intensifies the enigma surrounding his imprisonment. In 1687, after 18 years in Pignerol, the prisoner was transferred to the Fortress of Exiles. This journey was shrouded in secrecy, a testament to the lengths to which the authorities were willing to go to hide his identity. Further transfers followed, each one adding another layer of complexity to the mystery. He was moved to the island of Sainte Marguerite, then back to Exiles, and finally to the Bastille, where he spent his last years in captivity. Each move was accompanied by a heavy veil of secrecy, with orders for silence issued to the guards and locals alike. In 1703, after enduring 34 years of captivity, the prisoner's ordeal finally came to an end. He died in the Bastille on November 19th, leaving behind a legacy of unanswered questions. His death certificate listed the name Mark Healy, a possible alias or a last-minute attempt to conceal his identity. He was laid to rest in the cemetery of St. Paul in Paris. His grave remains a mystery, bearing no markers or records to tell his tale. Throughout his imprisonment, the prisoner exhibited remarkable restraint. Despite spending decades in solitary confinement, he didn't attempt to break out, nor did he yield to despair. When he did communicate, which was rare, he conversed in low whispers, further shrouding him in mystery. Some accounts even claim he once sent a letter, but it was intercepted before reaching its recipient. In 1737, an Italian author named Giuseppe Conticello published a manuscript titled Memoirs of the Court of France, in which he revealed some intriguing details about the prisoner's confinement. Conticello shared that the prisoner ate alone, and while he wasn't shackled, he was kept under constant watch. Every morning, his food was delivered through a small opening in his cell door, and his waste was removed in the same manner. If anyone else were to enter the room, Conticello explained, the prisoner was to cover his head with his nightgown. This precaution ensured that no one could see him except the jailers, who were responsible for his upkeep. While these accounts provide a glimpse into the prisoner's daily life, they also highlight the deliberate efforts to keep him hidden from the world. As the centuries passed, the mystery only grew. Historians and authors alike have put forth various theories, attempting to unravel the enigma. Some have suggested that the prisoner's silence was his way of coping with his situation, believing that if he didn't resist, they wouldn't kill him. Others have speculated that his supposed crimes might have been rooted in political dissent, like criticizing the king or supporting a rival noble. Yet others have ventured even further, proposing that the prisoner might have been an illegitimate child of the king, conceived out of wedlock and hidden away to protect the royal bloodline. One of the most compelling theories revolves around the identity of the prisoner. Was he, as Voltaire suggested, the king's twin brother, born prematurely and hidden from the public to ensure the succession rights of the legitimate heir? Was he a double of the king, perhaps an impostor brought in to fool the masses? Or was he just a commoner mistakenly taken for royalty? These questions have fueled debates among historians, each trying to piece together the fragmented story. One intriguing aspect of the case is the possibility that the real story was deliberately distorted or erased. Given the attempts to hide the prisoner's face and silence those who encountered him, it's conceivable that the true account of his crimes, if any, was lost to time. What if the veil of secrecy was part of a grander conspiracy, aimed at hiding not just the prisoner's identity, but the truth of his deeds? In 1901, a writer named Octave Uzan published a book titled The Man in the Iron Mask, which introduced a new theory. According to this account, the prisoner was not a mere nobody, but the Marquis de Montespan, the brother of Madame de Montespan, a prominent figure in King Louis XIV's court. This revelation added a layer of intrigue, suggesting the prisoner's confinement might have been due to a royal family secret. However, this theory remains unproven, leaving the door open to other possibilities. The prisoner's legacy lives on, not just in the annals of history, but in popular culture as well. Alexandre Dumas, the author of The Three Musketeers, immortalized the prisoner in a fictional account, weaving a tale of intrigue and adventure that captivated readers for generations. It is important to acknowledge that much of what we know about the prisoner comes from anecdotal evidence and speculation, making it challenging to separate fact from fiction. Nevertheless, the enduring mystery surrounding the man in the iron mask continues to fascinate, prompting ongoing debate and research. Recently, renewed interest in the case has led to calls for further investigation. Some have urged the French government to examine historical records more closely, believing that the truth might lie hidden in plain sight. Others have suggested that forensic techniques could be used to analyze the few remaining artifacts associated with the prisoner, such as the mask itself, in hopes of shedding light on his identity and the circumstances of his confinement. As technology advances and historical records are re-examined, there is hope that the enigma of the man in the iron mask will be solved, bringing closure to this centuries-old mystery. But what do you think? What could be the true story behind the man in the iron mask? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, don't forget to stay tuned for more captivating historical mysteries. Until next time.